You know what day it is. Good morning, everybody. What is happening? What is going on? Welcome to a little bit more of quarantine content. Today we're doing a Q&A, just like usual. So let's get right into it. First question is from Dylan. Dylan, yes, I was a multi-sport athlete in high school. Basically, the only sports my parents would allow me to play were basketball and track. I played a little water polo my freshman year in the off season between basketball and track, or vice versa, or wherever it fit in. Wasn't my favorite sport. Not a very good swimmer. Kind of sink like a rock. Basketball is still my favorite sport. I would love to do that professionally. Obviously, I didn't. Got lucky, found the decathlon, and could get a scholarship doing that. But if I would have continued on the same path I was going on in middle school, as far as basketball goes, there is no doubt in my head that I wouldn't have gone Division I and played somewhere at a large school and been very successful. Basketball it's a crazy sport, yeah, but multi-sport definitely. And I think every kid should be a multi-sport athlete in high school and if they can in college. Lucas, can I summarize my diet in a minute? Yes, here we go. I'm a not very strict vegan, as in I won't eat ever meat. I won't ever eat meat. I eat lots of plants for the majority, lots of beans, lots of rice, and kind of just mix in like pre-made vegan meals throughout my week. So in a day, most likely I'll have cereal, oatmeal, or something like that for breakfast, toast maybe. During lunch, I'm most likely gonna have some sort of either vegan pre-made meal bowl thing, or literally just a burrito with rice and beans and then some sort of fake vegan meat or protein source. And then pretty much have the exact same thing for dinner, or some sort of pasta, Indian food dish with broccoli or spinach or something like that mixed in. Makes it super easy to eat healthy and be vegan. Bennett, my favorite book about sports is well, the first book I probably read about sports was something about Michael Jordan. Favorite book about sports? That's a tough one. Oh, one of my favorite books currently that has to do sort of with sports is called Endure. I'll link it down below. Another book is called Extreme Ownership. It's not really about sports, by Jocko Willink. Also a very good book. And then one of my favorite books of all time is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. More so just because I think if you're a young kid, it teaches you a life lesson. If you're an adult reading the book, it also teaches you some life lessons, or gets you to remember the life lessons that you once learned. Bishop right now, the lifts look a little bit different, obviously, because we don't really have a weight room. And so we're doing a little bit more body weight stuff, a little bit more aerobic stuff, not necessarily. Morning, how are you? So we usually try and go with 4 lifting days throughout the week. One of those days is going to be like a full body workout, so that's going to be upper body and lower body. Another day is going to be predominantly lower body, and then another day is going to be predominantly upper body with a little bit more stuff mixed in, but 4 times a week. And I don't know if it's like the ideal way to do it, but I would say you should at least lift 2 times a week, try and get in 3, and one of those days can be like a light, explosive, trying to like just move the weight quickly, not necessarily move a lot of weight day, if that makes sense. Cameron, that is crazy that you gave up coffee for Lent. I know people that give up candy or sweets or whatever, and that seems tough. I don't know if I could ever give up coffee. That seems crazy. Wade, there's no real chance I end up going back to Oregon during this time. One, I don't want to travel during this time. I could drive, obviously, but still don't want to travel. One, I could bring stuff that's here in Phoenix that my parents might not have been exposed to, or that I've been exposed to down here, back up to them and get them sick or get my family sick, and I don't want to do that. definitely don't want to do that. 2, even though there are limited options here, there are still options. 1, I live with one of my training partners, and so like in the 10 times 100, we have a perfectly good flat piece of gravel out back behind our house. It's literally a minute walk away, so we can go there and put in some work just like the 10 times 100, so that's good. I have a little workout space in our garage that we can do like some body weight stuff in, so I don't really have to go anywhere. I have a coach that's down here. The weather is fantastic, so I can come out inside and do this. And yeah, so I don't think that the benefits of moving back to Oregon necessarily outweigh the benefits of just staying put and staying in my house here. Obviously I have to pay rent here, and Oregon is free, but it's pretty freaking nice in Phoenix. Oh, and I appreciate your comment. I thought it was one of my better videos too, and that's kind of how I started vlogging. I would literally just show my entire day, and I need to get back into doing that, because that's what daily vlogging originated as, was like Ben Brown or Fun for Louie, and then Casey kind of picked it up and took a different flip on it, and that's how they started vlogging. That's how I started vlogging, and that's what I want to get back to. The style of just showing you guys practice and talking about it, that's just a practice video. Not everybody wants to see a practice video. People want to see movies, and I think that I can make them, and I think they're way more entertaining. So I appreciate that. Rory, life as a professional athlete does get boring at times when you have a hard day the next day and you know you want to go outside and do something, or you want to go for a run, or you want to do a bike ride, or you want to go for a hike or something, and you have to tell somebody you can't because you know you have a hard workout tomorrow and you need to get that work in the next day. That's the only time it gets boring, but it is your job. So yesterday we did this like stretching class with my cousin. He danced professionally in the ballet for a long time all throughout the world, and he took us through the stretching class yesterday, which was awesome. My aunt made a statement and said that if this is what we're gonna do full time, if this is our job, you make time for the things that you wouldn't usually do. So you would make time for the stretching, you would make time for the stuff that might not be super entertaining, or the running style of things. And so when you look at it that way, it just becomes, what else can I do to get better? And so there is no boring time. If I'm sitting there and I'm bored, I could be stretching. If I'm sitting there and I'm bored, I could be rolling out. If I'm sitting there and I'm bored, I could be doing some sort of planning on my, I could watch video. Like, if this is supposed to be my job and my everyday life is my job, it shouldn't get boring. John, the ingredients to my hand sanitizer were tea tree oil and I think tangerine oil or tangerine extract, and then just isopropyl alcohol, which obviously is very hard to get nowadays. So Joe, the static stretching stuff before a warm-up is, we try and get it to be as movement-based as possible. So when we're doing a static stretch, we're still trying to move through it, because the stuff before a workout isn't necessarily to like elongate your muscles or actually stretch. It is to warm those muscles up and get them moving so that you can do a workout and then stretch afterwards. Sarah, I think it depends on the competition. Like, if you ran a 100-meter dash, you should be recovered within the next day, basically. Like, depends on really what you're doing. If it's a decathlon, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, maybe a full week. If it's a marathon, it could take you a month. It really just depends on the distance. And we're gonna end it on the second part of Sarah's question. Do I think that the Olympics and the World Championships can be competed within the same year? And in my head, I say no. I don't think that they're gonna be competed in the same year, but you never know. I don't know what people in Oregon have planned as far as what the World Championships are gonna be held in. I have no idea. And the fact that they moved indoor World Championships to this year, I have no idea. The whole thing seems crazy, but realistically, the marathon I think would be the only one that would have trouble doing multiple within the same year, but it could just bring up just the fact that some people are gonna be able to recover a little bit faster and some people are gonna have a little bit harder time. So it still is a competition, but you could look at it as like a competitive year, and it could still be competed in that, just like how they have like Pan Ams and stuff during a World Championships year, people go to Pan Ams that don't go to World Championships, and World Championships, or people go to World Championships so don't go to Pan Ams. So I think that the Olympics will have a higher pull on athletes, so people will be more prone to go to the Olympics than they will be to go to the World Championships. So theoretically, if it's all in the same year, I might not make an Olympic team, but potentially I could make a World Championship team. So that's kind of neat. And that's the end of the questions for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found something to learn new about me, or I hope that I answered your question. If I didn't, comment your new question down below and I'll try and answer it next week. I do these once a week, and I do these once a week, but I post a video every single day. So that means, remember, not a lot of coffee this morning. So that means that tomorrow I'm gonna post a video, and yesterday I posted a video. Yesterday's was about coffee and a really, really cool little workout on the canal that everybody can do. So that was kind of neat. Anyways, remember, be nice people, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt others, slow down, don't dance so fast. I'll talk to you guys all. Also, I don't know this girl, but shouts out to her for getting up early in the morning and putting in some work during this quarantine time, running laps around the neighborhood. Respect.